Hello, wonderful people. Good morning once again. This concept I wanted to do for quite some time, and I was thinking to do this video for, I think, last 1 year or so, and I just never could, um, let's say, compile or like put on 15 or 10 fragrances. Just, I guess, lazy or something. So this concept basically means, like throughout the whole week, you go through work, stress and hectic life in the city, mostly if you live in the city center, and then you have this weekend. In our country, weekend is always Friday. So in the Friday time, like Saturday and Friday, mostly people sit at home, watch movies, spend time with kids, sleep a lot, and do their shopping and whatnot. So this kind of time, it's kind of relaxing for them. And being the era of 80s and 90s where we belong, this is where I think I feel a lot of connection with fragrances, how they bring back memories. And that's what I like to wear in, like movie evening, like a Thursday night, where the weekend starts. So these are some of the fragrances I wear. I reach for mostly on the weekends. I also use them other times, but these are my special weekend kind of fragrances, like when everything's peaceful and quiet, and I'm waiting very patiently for winter to come in. In Bangladesh, it's about, I think, 1 more month we'll see, but the sky's already getting clearer blue, and it's just missing the cool weather. And the thing is, you can take this fragrance in the weekend, like a getaway or holiday. If you drive up somewhere like far from city for 2 hours drive, you can take this fragrance with you. They're gonna serve really well for that kind of a brief holiday. All right, weekend getaway. So I'm gonna start with, without any honorable mentions. I actually had 10 fragrance, then I made it like 5 more, so it became top 15. Number 15, I'm gonna start with a classic. This is called Curve for Men. This fragrance is a bit harder to find nowadays in Bangladesh. It has a lot of other flankers of it, and I'm sorry missing the stopper atomizer for the atomizer, but this is how I got the bottle. I bought it from one brother. So this is old school classic. It's, people call it like the Aventus of its era. It has a pineapple note. It has kind of like Mont Blanc legend sort of feel, fierce feel. So imagine like Aventus-ish kind of a smell, but it's not really like it's a fragrance on its own. It's really beautiful. It's really served a lot of people used it a lot back in the time. Now it is a bit dated smell, but the thing is, the fragrance still smells really absolutely fine in the weekend. So first fragrance I'm going to show you, weekend fragrance, is Curve for Men, the original one. The fragrance does last a very long time, by the way. Number 14, I'm going to go with a classic. This is my brother Joey Canoli. He loves this fragrance, and I think Mark did, but this fragrance doesn't get so much more love because the fragrance house doesn't have anything beast mode. I understand. This is from house of Tommy Hilfiger, and I have a small bottle for a number of years. It's called Tommy by Tommy, like Tommy Hilfiger. And this is how the small bottle looks, 30 ml. I used like a lot of it, like especially for the morning walk and everything. It has a nice sort of apple pie, apple kind of smell, and it's kind of like a 90s kind of era where once again you get Polo Sport, those fragrances, it smells like from that time, Hugo Boss bottled and stuff. So this fragrance smells kind of like brings back memories, and it's a nice casual fragrance, by the way, nothing much, and it's very inexpensive, by the way. They have a lot of other fragrances, but this is the one I really think I have a lot of memories with. So number 14 is Tommy by Tommy. Number 13 is a fragrance, another fragrance. You're gonna see a pattern here. Cool Water. This is one of the fragrance I always, easy for me to weekends comes, and sometimes not every weekend, but it has that I'm sorry, it has that green and blue vibe at the same time. It's watery, aquatic at the same time. It's got lavender, kind of like a lot of notes in this, but the fragrance nonetheless stays classy. People compare this with GIT, Green Irish Tweed, but I think this has its own appeal, so the fragrance remains a classic, even though it doesn't last a long time, but the fragrance actually, it's pretty good for the price. It's still pretty good. Davidoff Cool Water is the absolute classic fresh perfume I wear during the weekends. Number 12, talking about Green Irish Tweed, here is Bowling Green by Geoffrey Beene. Okay, and this fragrance, it's really lovely green perfume. It lasts much longer than Cool Water. It looks simple, this bottle, but the fragrance, it's really precious. It smells much more expensive than what you pay for. Okay, so what you're gonna get from this is a little bit, tad bit of citrus up top, sorry, and then grassy vetiver sort of a smell. It has a little bit of green and green Irish Tweed sort of feel, but it has its own smell going. So if you go for lawn tennis, if you play squash in the weekends, this is a perfect fragrance. If you wear it, it will last you about 4, 5, 6 solid hours. You can play sports during the weekend evening as perfect perfect weekend fragrance for me. So Bowling Green EDT, and this I think gives you 120 mil, great value for money. Okay, Bowling Green by Geoffrey Beene. All right, that is leading me to number 11. Number 11 is another green fragrance. I think so far I showed you already 2 to 3. This is CK Eternity for Men. Okay, this is a classic juice right here. This is one of the best vetiver soapy kind of smell until now in the market. At first I thought it's really poor in longevity after reformulation, but trust me, more and more you wear it, you start getting good performance out of it. Not beast mode by any means, but it's really refreshing to wear in hot summer's day. And most fragrances are here because I belong in a hot country. So the Asian zone, we have high heat and humidity. This fragrance does really well for the office setup, but in the weekends, just throw something casually, watch a movie with your family. CK Eternity for Men, one of the best barber shoppy sort of vetiver and soapy scent. Okay, the original. Now the new intense version, I have to try that one. All right, now entering top 10. I'm gonna start with number 10 with this one, Moschino Uomo. Okay, and this fragrance, it's kind of like, as you can see, it looks like all whiskey flask, and very nice bottle design, even though nothing mind-blowing, but the fragrance smells so good, guys. Like Jeremy brought it under attention, that's why I bought it. Trust me, that's the reason I got it. It was very difficult to find in Bangladesh, by the way. It's not really readily available. You have to pre-order and bring it. So what you get also, again, like sort of like a L'homme sort of vibe. Opening, it's kind of like a citrus. It's difficult to describe. You just really have to smell it. Smells like mint, citrus, and goes a little bit barbershop also, but not as powdery like L'homme Ultra Male. The fragrance has this light, airy quality about it. It projects light, okay, but smells really masculine. Smells a little bit father figure sort of vibe, and kind of like a Italian dude who has got swag and stuff. Definitely try Moschino Uomo. It's a very nice light perfume for daily usage. The weekend smells really good. I do not reach for it every day, but it smells really nice. Okay, Moschino Boom. All right, so number 9, we're gonna go with Lacoste White, Lacoste Blanc. Very simple. It's just as simple as the fragrance gets. Okay, this fragrance has blue juice inside, very beautiful to watch, and the fragrance has this nice, clean, out of the shower, fresh laundry sort of feel. Lot of pineapple, fruity notes, and it has nice like white musk. And it's just a clean shirt. If you're wearing white shirt like that and you're just wearing this, weekend absolute, like, and got this nice grip going on the side. I really like this bottles. Okay, I have one more, the yellow one, but this is my favorite because it lasts longer than the yellow one. So Lacoste White is my number 9. Okay, number 8, I think. Yeah, I don't know, I lost track already. Number 8 is Nautica Voyage. If you have been following Fracom for a while, you guys know this is the ultimate casual fragrance. The basic, very basic, or the standard of clean and fresh, aquatic, salty fragrances. It's soapy, it got the cucumber, it got salt, it got the green apple, very crisp. At first you might not like it that much because it doesn't have so much sweetness. It has a lot more aquatic notes, but more and more you wear it, you see the beauty of it. It's just so fresh, crisp, and clean. Weekend time, Nautica Voyage still rocks. Number 8. Number 7, another classic, Acqua Di Gio. My bottle is almost finished, and I have few other flankers of it. Absolute, Essenza. Then I had what's the other one? The Acqua Di Gio. It's called Profumo. Yeah, the Profumo one. Those are more heavy hitters, but this, after reformulation, it has become kind of like a very 1 to 2 hours max kind of a perfume. But as long as it lasts, it brings back good memories, guys. It has that beautiful balance of that aquatic notes, kind of spicy, masculine. It's just so lovely. If you smell this after like a while, and you just realize why this has been a top seller and still selling. People are buying 200, 300 ml of it and just spraying like crazy because it smells that good. So I wouldn't say performance is so bad. I think it's just on me that it doesn't last more than 2 to 3 hours. But weekend time, this still is one of the most classic. So bring back classics in the weekend. Okay, Acqua Di Gio by Giorgio Armani. Number 6, and then we're gonna move to top 5. Number 6 is Burberry London. This fragrance, it won't get so many mention anymore because there was a time this fragrance had quite hype going on. People were praising this left and right. I bought it because of the port wine, the tobacco. It has some spices. It has this sweet quality. It has this warming quality. So I think in the colder months, if you are wearing something like, it's sitting at home, not gonna go out, just having some red wine and reading a book, if it's weekend, reach for Burberry London. It's a must have, and it's so inexpensive now with a beautiful bottle, the coat. This is one of the best Burberry ever produced with Burberry Touch for Men. This and that are absolute to my favorite, but this one is my weekend scent for Burberry London. Now top 5. Remember, I am in a summer dominant country. That's why most of the fragrances are on the like fresher side. All right. Number 5, lot of memories with this perfume. Okay, Polo Blue EDT, and this is 75 ml bottle. I have Polo Blue EDP 125 ml, but this fragrance right here is the ultimate GOAT of all time. For Polo House, this is my favorite. I have tried a lot of Polo, but nothing could beat what Polo Blue did for me. I have gone through 4 or 5 bottles of it. No, not 4 or 5. It would be 4 bottles in total of this juice. I should buy a big bottle as a backup. The fragrance is so it got that cucumber, but at the same time it got this blue note, clean, fresh vibe that you spray on the clothes. It's just so fresh. It just brings sort of like a breath of fresh air kind of a feel. It projects so nicely. It has a beautiful bright presence. So even I prefer this for Versace Purum. You guys know how much I love Versace Purum. This is better than Versace Purum in my humble opinion. Definitely try out Polo's Blue EDT. This is one really good fragrance to wear during the weekends, early mornings when the sun is up there shiny like today, sunny day. Polo Blue is the way to go. Number 5. Okay, number 4 is one of my recent fragrances I love a lot. This is Bentley Momentum Unlimited. Okay, so the fragrance, as you can see, the juice level is down. I decanted like a lot of it, but I wore a lot of it as well. So this fragrance gives you sort of like a modern interpretation of Versace Purum, sort of that kind of fragrance, but it has this violets, very unique juice. You smell this perfume, I have hardly heard anybody saying that they do not like it. I don't hear people, they do not like this perfume or the bottle itself or how inexpensive this is, how beautiful the juice looks. It's blue juice inside. It's just so good, It's weekend, so I'm going with a little bit 2 sprays on my neck. Really, Bentley provide quality. It has this fruity aspect, lighter aspect, kind of like a peppery quality to it. It's just subtle, sexy, and it's just so easy to use. You're not gonna be regretting this, ever wearing this. Bentley Momentum Unlimited, number 4. Number 3 to number 1, all favorites, all big hitters. Okay. Number 3, I'm gonna go with Dior Own Cologne. Dior Own Cologne is a flanker from Dior Homme line, but it's totally different than what Dior Homme offers you. No iris in this, just pure lemonade or Kool-Aid. This fragrance is just lemon, beautiful lemon all day with icy water. It's so cooling, beautiful sight. The bottles. This is one of the most beautiful bottles I ever seen in my journey. Nice cap with a nice blue stem. It just tells you what to expect. One downside with this fragrance is it doesn't have so much projection, but it has good lasting power. It does last a long time, but very muted. But as long as you can smell it, it makes sense, right? At home, make a jar of lemonade and wear this. Even better, you put this in your freezer, keep it in the cool weather, cool climate for like 50 minutes or 1 hour, then apply it. The cool juice hits you, so refreshing. You can also try Jimmy Choo Man Eyes, or you can try Mercedes-Benz Cologne if you want more let's say budget version of this one. But Dior Homme Cologne is my favorite of all time in this category. Number 3, Dior Homme Cologne. Number 2, for weekend scents, it got beaten by number 1 because how much I wear that one over this one. But this is ultimate, like one of those fragrances always, you forget about it for a while and it comes back. It just makes a comeback because you just like, what is the fragrance I did not wear for some time, and what is the fragrance I love so much, but I do not get the best performance out of it, but I cannot stop loving it. The fragrance would be YSL L'homme. This is such a beautiful, gorgeous smell. Okay, if you like Tommy for men, this is much upper class than similar sort of apple vein, apple, and then it has a kind of like florals, I guess. But this is the reason why they made La Nuit de l'Homme, more darker version. But this fragrance at home, just to chill and relax during the weekends. Let's say you are spending time away from your home, near a mountain or something, and then you have a nice little cabin. Take this fragrance. If you have a small bottle, take it with you. You'll have a perfect weekend. It's just so comforting, so confident, and first time I smell this with La Nuit de l'Homme, I actually prefer the smell of this. So it tells a story, right? So L'homme, only downside of this is no matter how much you spray, it doesn't last more than 1 to 2 hours. But it doesn't stop me from saying this is one of the best fragrance ever built in the history of perfumery in last 10, 15 years, okay? Hands down. YSL L'homme, number 2. Leads me to number 1. If you follow my channel, it will not come to you as a surprise or a shock, because the fragrance, I wear it a lot, perhaps my most reached fragrance in last 3-4 months. And that would be House of Givenchy, Givenchy Only Gentleman or Gentleman Only. I have a 150 ml bottle. Look at the juice color, really pretty. It got a violet juice color. It's not too dark. It's kind of like it tells you what to expect. It's gonna be clean. It's gonna be a little bit airy. At the same time, it's gonna be kind of sweet, and that's what you get from this. It's just lovely. It's just lovely. I cannot tell you enough how much I love this juice. Look at that bottle, like the juice level. I had like from here to here, like I decanted, and then whole of it I went through, and it's just gorgeous. It's just, you can wear it anytime, and the cap is very heavy. Givenchy is perhaps one of the masterpieces. They have a lot of flankers to this, but this is the ultimate masterpiece. If you never tried it, do try it. I get good performance out of it, not a beast mode, but it gives you decent performance in the weekend time. It's actually better performer than many others in the list. So very decent performer, but very beautiful smell. So this is my number 1 for weekend scents. So that completes my top 15 weekend scents. I just think like, weekend is a relaxing time. So this fragrance will actually relax you. And there are plenty more, obviously. They are niche side. A lot of fragrances I did not try. So these are the ones that I have. And that's why I showed you. Everybody have a very nice weekend once again. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.